it's something that I don't think a lot of us think about. I know myself included. And so we've kind of talked about getting leads, like talking about customer leads, customer jars, the different QR codes and the different stuff to get customers. We talked about the landing pages and to get potential new team members and kind of what we're doing to reach out into that social media space. But it's like, okay, now once they come to us, what do we do? Because you can't just leave them hanging. And I actually was reading a statistic from Forbes magazine online, and it talked about how consumers and customers, when they like reach out to get information or have questions, things like that, if you can get them in the first hour, they are more likely to commit than if you wait 48 hours, 24 hours. It was like that first hour was so important. And some of us might not be ready for automation yet because a lot of automation takes money. But if you had a system in place or something that you knew what you were going to say, maybe you had it pre-programmed in your phone. Boards app is a great one. Um, Boards is becoming a pay for program, but right now I believe it's still free for the most part. And you could pre-programming your responses in there so you could send it out like this. Like I had a lady message me while I was on vacation and was like, "Hey, I'm interested in signing up. Send me info." And I'm sitting here going, "I'm on a family vacation. I barely have internet because I'm in the mountains of Tennessee and I've got to be slinging information to her." And I did not have a system prepared. And so, what we're going to talk about tonight is kind of fortune in the follow up. The follow up is so important. And fortune in the follow up is not a phrase I coined, but it has been around the networking marketing business for, I think, as long as I've been in it for the last, I've been in this whole realm for the last like 20 years. And I cannot have these things in my head. So, hold on a second. It's driving me crazy. Not fear myself and all that kind of good stuff. Okay, so follow ups. Today is just going to be a brief kind of like introduction to some different types of systems that we can have. I have two documents to share though on email follow up systems, but follow ups in network marketing are the compass that guide you through the labyrinth of connections. They illuminate your dedication, nurture trust, and transform prospects into lifelong partners in the journey of success. And I really liked that quote because that's what it's all about. Having some type of follow up system, it's going to build that trust. We always talk about that like, no trust, all of that in our social media. But if someone reaches out to you and it takes you a week or 2 weeks to get back to them, are they going to have confidence in working with you in their business? It maintains that relationship because you never know if that person who said, "No, I can't join today," doesn't 6 months from now be like, they see the new kit or a new collection and they're like, "I'm sold." And they find the closest rep to them, and all of a sudden they signed up and it was a missed opportunity. And of course, having some type of system is great because life happens. Like I said, I was on vacation last month and I had someone reach out to me, and had I had something in place, it would have been easy to just be able to spit out information really quick to her versus having to take time away from my family. And so that's what we're going to talk about today is the follow-up systems. And so my question for you guys is, do you have any type of follow-up systems after they place an order or after someone says, "Hey, I'm interested," you give them some info, but then they say no or not now. Do you have any type of system in place right now that would kind of keep them in the loop?
So I'll just go first real quick. For me, I need better
Oh
systems as
man, I
well.
can't hear you, Moni, but I think it's me.
Oh, can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay, so it's Lee then.
It's me.
Okay. Just tell me when you're good.
I'm good.
Okay. So for me, I can tell you that I definitely need a better follow-up system, because the only things that I really have in place right now are one, I rely a lot on ship.com, their
That's a good
automated
one.
email system of where like I can mass message people, right? You can also pick particular people to mass message in Ship. So I use that as well sometimes. You know, in regards to like a follow-up email or something. But to be honest, I am very much looking forward to more automation, because I only have like the only other second method I use is a note in my calendar, like message so and so on this day, where it would be more helpful if I had the system set up where I know Lee's really good at this, where you have the system set up to send the email on that day with already the information that you want to seed over to them. And you don't even need it. Like that day could come and go, and you know the system did it for you. That's what I need, because it's already here, but it's not. It hasn't been. I haven't done it yet. So yeah, that's what I have to say.
Okay, speaking of Ship, do you have set up in Ship after a customer receives their order? Do you have it automated for them to check in?
Yeah, I have it. I have it after they receive it sends them out a message that they got like with their tracking, or it's supposed
Mhm.
to. Sometimes the system doesn't do it, but it's supposed to send them the tracking. And then I have it set up where once says delivered, the system is supposed to, it sends them an email saying thank you so much. And I have gotten messages back saying, oh, I got my stuff and I love it. Now, the only thing is that ship.com is not a perfected system, because I looked the other day and there is stuff that still says, and I've contacted customer service about this, there's stuff in there that still says in transit, even
And it's
though
delivered.
you click on it and it says delivered. So obviously the system is not perfect.
Well, did you know that you can change where it's like if it says in transit and you know it's delivered, you can change it to delivered.
Oh, let me try. I didn't know that. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
So that's one thing that you can do. I have that too for my customers, but I was thinking because I don't have anything beyond because I have like I think it's a day or two after it's delivered, mine will say, I hope you're enjoying your new gems or something like that. And I've started using all of those emails because I get a lot of people who send those emails, like they reply to it and they're like, yes, I love my order, using those as like little testimonials, clips.
Oh,
But I
how are you using it as a testimonial? Like how do you take the snippet?
snipping it, just snip it on your computer, snipping
Uh,
it, screenshotting. So I don't like show their like I block out their email address and all that kind of stuff. But I use that as little testimonials. Are you writing it down?
yeah.
But I was thinking of, and I was going to look in Ship to see if there was a way to do it from ship.com because I wanted to send something just before the CARES promise ends and maybe like 2 weeks before and be like, I hope you're in, do something about then. And so I was going to look in Ship to see if that had an option to do another email on top of it to give kind of another kind of reinforcement on that particular order. Because I do have I send emails through Ship and then I've been playing with Flow Deck right now, or Flow Desk, excuse me. And but I really I like the automated stuff. If I can set it up and not have to think about it, that's what I'm looking for right now is to save time. And so that's what I was going to look at. My next thing that was on my to-do list.
Yeah. Jackie, do you have anything in place?
Yeah, I have a spiral bound notebook that I read people's names.
Well, a notebook's good too. Yes, because some people are like, I don't do the electronics. I don't do the online. I can't for nothing. I've got to have the old fashioned write it down.
Yeah.
So, and I I was actually going to show, I thought I still had the binder and I don't have it, but I had when I was with my prior company, I had a binder. It was like a thick binder. It was a couple inches, and in it I had dividers with pockets in them. And I had one, it was like orders processing. And I might not do it with orders because we deal with a lot of orders, but maybe following up with team members, I might do like their initial contact in the first pocket. And then I had tabs that were like labeled 1, 2, 3, all the way to 31. And then I had uh spring, summer, fall, and winter in there, and that's how it was labeled. And what would happen is if I contacted them, and so I was working with them, and I was like, all right, I have to message them back again on, say, because today's what, the 23rd? Maybe I need to
Yeah.
message them back on the 26th. So I would take that little piece of paper out with their name and all their notes on it, and I would move it to the 26th. And so every time I would do my follow-ups, I would do a couple days at a time. So I would look at, so maybe if I didn't do follow-ups today, but I did it 2 days from now, so that would be the 25th. Maybe I did the 25th, 26th, and 27th. I would open up to that 25, 26, and 27 tab, and that's all the people I need to talk to then. And then I talked to them on the 20, then I talked to them then I'm like, okay, I need to follow up in 2 weeks. So I would find the date for the 2 weeks and I would put it in, and that's how I did it. I don't know if that's confusing or not, but that worked for me for the longest time. But that was like 10 plus years ago that I did that system. But I have a system that I want to show you on Trello. You ready, Moni?
I'm ready. Jackie, do you know what Trello is?
No,
So
I
let
have no idea.
Oh, get
Okay.
ready, girl. Get ready.
Okay, so let me share my screen with you. Okay, so Trello is used primarily, I feel like a lot of Australian businesses use Trello, but I discovered it when I was partnering with somebody and they were sharing content with me. And so they had like, this is content on jewelry of the day, and this is content on types of gems. And so they had it categorized. But here, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
It's a big pink screen. Okay. So this is a Trello board right here. In Trello, they have free versions, they have paid versions that have more options in them. But I found a Trello board for direct sales, and this is for like a customer management system. So in here, say you meet somebody new. So I meet Susie Q. What I can do is, and you can change any of this. So I have like active leads, active customers, potential hostesses, upcoming hostesses, past hostesses, potential teammates, dormant customers. Maybe you've got somebody who hasn't ordered in over a year, so you want to keep them on your mind. So you can change any of these. Like if I were to click on it, I can change this, active future. I'm going to call it a future. All right. And so you can change it what you want. But what's really cool is the template cards are just examples to kind of show you what you could put. All right. So here's their name, family, address. This is their information, but I'm going to leave the sample card there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a card to my active future. Okay. And I'm going to call this card Susie. All right. Now hold on. I want to open her card, and in her card, we talked on the 23rd, and she is excited, wants the $5.99 kit. Maybe she wants to host a party to get that $139 off, and so on. So I have my notes, all right, in here. All right, I'm going to save it and I'm going to X out. So now I've got Susie here. So maybe you have a system, maybe maybe she's not really active anymore. And maybe you want to message her again, let's say it's August now. Maybe she's like, all right, you know what? I lied. the $5.99 kit's not for me. I don't have enough money, but I am gonna not drink Starbucks for the next 2 months so I can save up. And so you're like, okay, that's cool. I can do that. So maybe instead of active customers, you want this to be October follow up. You can add more boards, anything like that. So then maybe I just move Susie over here and then I'll talk to her again in October. And then maybe I meet Melanie today and I add Melody in and I put her information in. But every time I go in, you can add more. You can just edit. You talked on, 10/1, still not ready, but close, whatever it is. And whatever maybe you have in here contact information, maybe notes of what you talked about, like maybe she could be building her TikTok page, whatever it is. But yeah, I really like Trello is just one of those things that if you're going to use it, you got to use it, but it might take a minute to kind of set up how you want it to be. And I almost would say, I wouldn't worry about customers so much in here, but maybe for sure, like new team members and potential hostesses.
Now,
But here's this.
does it have like, how like right now I would consider this like the landing page, right? And within the landing page, there's like subfolders or subsections, right?
That's going to be each of these little tabs at the top.
So
that would be.
does it have also where like you can click it, like maybe a different folder? Like this is the place where I have all of my customer stuff. And
So you would have to, I would make different boards. If
yeah,
you were
so
thinking
you
you
make a
wanted to
different
keep
board.
it separate, one board for customers, one board for potentials, one board, for hostesses, and just
So
make a new board.
Okay, so you can add different board workspaces. Okay. Does the free version, since you've been using it, Lee, does it give you access to multiple boards, or on the free version you only have access to one board?
You get a couple of them because I don't have the paid version. You get let me see if I can show you guys. Because you also, with the free version, you do get, so you do get a little bit of automation and power ups, even with the free. And the power ups, okay, so I'll just show you really quick. So like a power up might be, you can connect your email or one of your other systems that maybe is in here, but email is one of them. So like if you could even set in your email, so if you had a lead form, so say you had that big landing page that we made. Okay, now I'm getting really techie. So if I lose you, let me know. But say you have that landing page that we made in Canva a couple weeks ago. And when that lead form, when they hit submit, like if you have because I know we talked about you could do them joining your Facebook group or joining your team, but you could even have connect to a lead form first. When that lead form goes, so when Google, when they hit that lead form, they go to Google, they fill out the form, and then they hit submit, and Google sends you an email. You can have that set up. If you set up within Google, when it sends you that email, that specific format of what it says, like that subject of that email is, you can program Trello to pick up in your email that specific subject line, and it will pull that email into Trello. And it can make it a whole, like, this is a lead that I've got to talk to, and it'll add it right to your board. Did it just blow your mind?
Yeah. That I see how people can grow a business.
Yes. So it's all about automation, because automation helps you scale, because you know that at a certain point you have no more time, especially you and I, Moni, because we teach during the day. We can't work our business several hours of the morning every day. This is where our business could work for us. but we're not having to pay somebody to do that work for us. We've set it
Mhm.
up and we're still reaping the benefits and our business is still moving. And it's like a secretary, just organizing all of your contacts and all of your leads. When you get home, you just open up Trello and it's like, okay, this is who I need to contact, and then sling them to the which category they need to be in.
Mhm. Mhm. So
Um,
go ahead.
no, I was going to look up really quick for you guys, um, the difference between the accounts. But I don't.
Jackie, do you have any questions right now?
Does the
She's like, I
free
like
ver-
my spiral notebook.
No, I don't like my stuff. I've never liked
Oh,
it, but I didn't know what the options were. Um, does the free version allow you to send emails directly from that like category or
um,
no?
no, it doesn't. This doesn't send emails or anything like that.
Okay.
This just houses the information.
Okay. Okay.
Um, okay. No, I don't want that
So that
version.
brings up a good point though, Lee. That's a great question because what's the next step then? So now we have a place to house our information to
Mhm.
almost like an awesome brain file folder, right?
Yes, yes.
A
It's like a
brain
file
dump,
folder that, but
right?
yeah. And you can see,
So
like, I have all of these boards, so I can have 3 more boards on the free account.
okay, so what is then the next step? Is that the other thing that you pay for where you can take that information now and utilize it to send those emails? Like what's that
Yes.
automated system
So,
for that?
okay. So the next step would be, yes, getting automated emails. That would be the next step. And I'm going to send you guys, actually, let me show you really quick. So that's here it is. A beginner's guide to email automation. I'm going to send this, actually, let me put it in the chat so you guys can have this. All right. Come on. Why are we not? All right. I don't want to send that. Cancel. Nope. There we go. There's the file button. All right. Let's see what kind of crazy files I got in here. Okay. Beginner's guide to automation. Send. And then I'm going to send you guys this other one too, which is an email sequence. So the next step would be, so once you start organizing your potential team members, your hostesses, your customers, you're going to then once you figure that out, the next step is those emails, that contact. How do you want to contact them? So what I have just sent you now is an email sequence. I wouldn't copy it one by one, but it gives kind of examples of kind of the breakdown. And I'll show you guys too in just a second. I'll show you my email sequence that I have. I just have like, if for me, if somebody messages me directly for information, then I don't just add them to my email sequence, especially because this one particular customer messaged me via text. And I have not set up a text system, but you can set up an automated email or you can set up an automated text system. And it just depends on what you want to do. I have not seen any free versions for email and text that are automated. Now, there are systems out there that you can send text for free. There are systems out there that you can send emails for free, but I have not seen one yet where it's like an automated system. So the email automation
For text? Are you
would
talking about for
be
text free?
for text or email. There's not any automation ones that are free. But I will okay. So for these systems, what they're good for is if somebody fills out, say, a lead form or a QR code, they go to some type of form and they fill it out to get information from you. You could have it set up. So if it was the QR code because they're going to try to win free jewelry because you were doing some type of customer thing. You could set them up in a customer drip campaign. And I'll tell you about that in a second. Drip campaign, or say it was someone who's like, I'm interested in starting a business, and you're going to put them in the home business opportunity drip campaign. So drip, you've got to think of a faucet. If you turn the faucet on, it just hoses them and showers them, right? But, and that's going to like flood really quick. But if you just drip a drop, like it's open just a little bit and they get a little snippet of information, you're not going to flood the house with just one drip at a time. Now, over a long period of time, you could, but if they're watching it, you're going to mop it up and you're not going to have a problem. So a drip campaign is just little bits of information over time to get your information out. And that's where it came in, where I was talking about at the beginning, that study that I saw with Forbes magazine, that commitment, it's at its highest level in that first hour. What if Moni and I were at work today and we had, the next diamond say, hey, I'm ready to sign up right now. Talk to me. And we missed it, and it's the next diamond, in BP. So it's just a way to get your information out there. Again, it's about scaling and being able to grow your business so that it's the things that you do over and over again, how to automate them, how to make it simpler. We're going to work smarter, not harder. And if right now our businesses might be slow, we might have one lead here and there, but that's not where we want to be, right? We want to be like swimming in it. We've got big goals. We want, multiple people coming at us every day. But could you really handle 5, 10 people a day saying, hey, I'm interested in BP? I mean, you got to be honest, could you really handle it? Even if you didn't work outside your home and BP is all you did, it's still a lot to handle. So I have this automation guide for you guys just to kind of read through to see about email automation and just what it's about. And it just talks about how, the biggest thing is it saves time and overall money. But again, I have not seen any email systems that do automation that are free. So it might be a next level. It might be that right now you're just working with that welcome sequence and that you've just got it pre-programmed in your phone or on your Google email in drafts so that you could just send those emails out. But there's examples in this sequence. Now, this sequence was designed for someone who has like more lead type magnets. You don't necessarily need to put a lead type magnet. And I'm going to show you guys mine for recruiting in a minute. But there's that welcome sequence. So you guys can see that. And that could be the same too for text messages. But obviously a text message would just be a shorter amount of stuff. I would not put a giant blurb like this all in a text. So we're talking, just simple kind of one sentence, maybe a graphic, maybe a link to share with the information. But that's email sequences. Now I'll tell you guys, I just started using Flowdesk. All right, so let me show you Flowdesk. Let me just show you this email that I just sent. Oh, I do. If you want to check out Flowdesk, I'm using the free version right now. It's like a month for free. But if you want 50% off, I do have a referral code. But I just thought that these were so pretty. So
your last few emails are very impressive, Miley.
Yeah, I'm going to show you guys what they look like. Let me see. Well, there's my stats on them. I did have a bunch of people unsubscribe to that one, but that one's okay because I actually just imported. I went down through ship.com, or actually, was it ship.com? I think it was in ship.com, and I just downloaded all my customers and I uploaded them here. So let me see if I can show you guys what this one looked like. I don't want to see the stats. I want to show it to you how pretty it looked. I don't want to resend it. Share. Okay, view in browser. There we go. But this was my email. So there's my headshot in there. I was working, but I mean, this is what it looked like. It was simple, but it was when I went live the other night and I had crummy, crummy, crummy live, like so crummy that I had people on my live be like, this is a crummy live. And that's not the words they used. So why don't you give me a 50% discount and I'll buy from you? That's how crummy my live was. And so I was like, no. And so instead of sulking in my misery that I was on for a couple hours with like nothing. I mean, I talked. You guys would be proud of me. I talked for the whole time. But I sent out an email to all my customers and I just wanted to be like, hey, thank you for being here. And that's all it was. But I loved how pretty it was. And let me tell you guys, this is another one that was super easy. And I'll show you how to make one in just a second. But I did that one the other day. And then I did this one for the new collection. And I promise you, I spent maybe 5 minutes making these emails. I promise I did not take that long. So, and it's got clickable links. So in here, that links all, like everything is clickable and it goes back to my page. And then I even put my little text alert box in there.
Using
But
what did you use to do the special fonts and all that? Are you going to show that?
yes, I'm going to show you right in here. So new email. They have all the special fonts in there. So they have all of these ones. I mean, and you just got to go through and just find what you like. Like, let me see. Let's see. I don't know if I can even find, but they've even got some, but maybe I like, let's see, view details. So you can look at it and then customize it. And then when you go in, it's already got my logo pre-done in there. But say this font, I wanted a different font. I just got to highlight it. And then they've got a bunch of other fonts over here. And you can just pick the font you want, all scripty fonts. I mean, whatever you want it to be. So I really liked the simplicity of Flowdesk. It was simplistic, but like it made everything pop. I really like the way it looks. Like enough so I had been using Aweber for years. And after seeing this, I was like, I'm done. This is it. And then you just like, if you want the graphic, you just upload it in. So like maybe I'm going to do the BP graphic and you just add it in and just change it to what you want. And you can go through and it's got the different layouts. And if you don't like something, then you just send it to the trash can. But it automatically puts so it always puts your address in. So just know when you send any email type system that's out there, it's you by law, you're going to have an address on there. It doesn't have to be your address. It always asks for your address. So just know that you have to put an address. Like it's not an option not to put something. It's because of the spam laws and things like that. So I know that some people are very particular about putting their address out there in the world. So if you've got a PO box, things like that, this would be a great place to do it. I always put my parents' address on everything.
How much
So
does
that's
Flowdesk cost you a month, Lee?
this is so right now I'm using the free version. So actually, honestly, I don't even know, but I have that 50% off coupon to share if you need it. But okay, billing and plans. So they have, okay, my trial, okay, choose your plan. So what they have on theirs is they have just the email version. And then they have, because this company is designed for people who have lead magnets and upsales and things like that, because I'm going to show you the automation part of it in a second. And so if you've got things to sell, like e-courses and things like that, you would want the checkout. But if you don't want it, it's $35 a month, but it takes it down to 19 with that coupon code that I have. So 19 a month. But with this one, let me get back out of here because Flowdesk has workflows and automations. It has just like, so what will happen is if you have a form, so your workflow, it'll start with a trigger. So if someone, if they get added, so you can create, okay, let me go back. I'm like getting 10 steps ahead to show you. It has a form in here. So here's the form that I created for my lead magnet page for that landing page that we did the other day. So when somebody gets to the bottom of my landing page and they haven't joined, it's either join now or get more information. And this is what pops up when they have get more information. So it's a little form. Once that form is filled out, now let me get back out of here. I haven't set up the workflow yet, but there we go. What'll happen is when they fill out, so I'll start a workflow. So when they fill out the form, it's going to start automatically sending them emails. And so that's what I'm going to start. This is where my email sequence would be, is the workflow. So that's, and then it's all going to be those pretty emails. But if you want to see an example of what I've been sending, so I use Aweber, but they're not as pretty and they're not as, it's not as user friendly as the other one. Okay, my automation, my campaigns. All right, future, okay, so what I do is, so I'm going to show you guys right now. So if you want a screenshot. So my first email that I send to a customer, and this is like within seconds of them filling out the form, is I just thank them. I'll always have some type of question in there. So this one is, what interests you in the bomb party opportunity? And I have this little graphic right here. So the graphics that I use, I've got like a little slideshow. But this is all the information they get from me in that first email. It's just the basic and what interests them. So that's my first one. All right, let me go back so I can show you my second one. Let me get out of here so I don't delete anything. All right, so then one day after that, then I send them the next one. What motivates you? And so this is where I talk a little bit about me. And then I ask them, what motivates you? Why do you want to do this? So it's always that question coming back to them, is getting them. It's not a yes or no question. It's, that open-ended, so you can get that information back. So it's just kind of a snippet of my story. And then what motivates you? Why do you want to be here? So that's one day after that. And then the day after that, what would financial freedom look like in your life? So we're talking about money. So I show them our little chart right there. Actually, I got to update it with the one with the silvers. And then we'll have to change it in January with the birthdays. And then I got to take out, because we don't have an income disclosure anymore. But this is the one that's all about money. And then at the end, what amount of money would be life-changing for you? What would financial freedom do for your life? So getting to know, like, do they want to make $200 or do they want to make $2,000? So that's that email. And so this is, like I said, it's one email per day over the course of several days. Now, of course, if they message me and are like, I want to join right now, give me all the information right now, I absolutely will. And my information is at the bottom. Got questions, just reply to this email or send a text. So it's always open-ended if they want to know more right away. But I mean, this is like day 4 or 5, and now I'm just telling them about the kit. So I didn't start with you need to buy this kit or anything like that. We started out slow. So then it talks about the different packs and then what kit interests you most. And then, so this is that drip campaign that I was talking about, guys. And then the last one is making your dollar go further. So now that they've started thinking about the kits, let's like sweeten the pot. So why don't you be a hostess? And then you can get, a good chunk of that back. And so those are my drip campaign emails that I have right now. But that's an example. So I'm going to be in the process of switching that over to Flowdesk. So it's a little bit easier to do. And then I don't have anything beyond that right now. but I haven't had too many people get into this system yet because I haven't shared it a whole lot. Um, so, but I would have like after that, because that was, let's see, all right, it's 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day. So it's 5 days of emails that they're going to get from me. And this does not replace you like not talking to them at all. So make sure that you still if they obviously message you in another format, you need to respond to them there too. But I also would still reach out and be like, let's set up a phone call and all that kind of stuff in addition to this. And after day 5, if they are kind of in a holding pattern, I would send them maybe another email in 1 week, and then maybe 2 weeks, and then maybe once a month, and then maybe once every couple months, just to kind of keep in that system and that groove to make sure that it's not like the one who got away. Because if they say no, it's no right now. It may not be a hard no forever. I'm I don't know how, I mean, there's countless people that I've seen come across my lives that were great customers, and then you see them, they're like reps now, and it's like, what happened? I thought you didn't want to be a rep. And so anyway, just keep it in that contact system. All right,
Yeah,
so
that
that's
happened today.
that happened to you today. Is that what
Yes,
you
ma'am.
said?
Yes.
Oh man. All right, so that's a Weber. And then I have started using for text messaging Project Broadcast, and they do the same thing via text if someone preferred text. So it's just different systems that you can use to get things set up. So, I mean, it might be kind of the next steps going from here is I would figure out the type of system that you want to have. If it's you want to have a paper system and you want to just manually send out emails and things like that, because maybe that's where you're in your business, or maybe you're ready to go that automation route, I would say the next step is getting a plan and saying, all right, I'm going to go, this is the route I want, and then start beginning to get it executed. So making sure you're organizing those customers, and then you've got some type of system to keep them in the loop. And so yeah. And I've even, because I send out a lot of emails that are like, hey, this is the next coming live, this is and that. But I've thought about even kind of going a step further of connecting with customers who are via email that are beyond just the buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, here's my live. Um, so I don't know. I've been kind of playing around and thinking about different things, but I don't know what your all's thoughts are. I mean, do you guys ever send anything other than just here's my next live or here's the next collection?
I so I'll just go first. I started doing I haven't done it in a hot minute because it wasn't automated, but my customers seem to like it. I was doing I guess you could say like a motivation Monday with Moni,
Mm-hmm.
right? I was also doing a like blessing Sunday where I would, or any email that I do send out at the bottom of it, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes I was putting in like who like because some of the people in my community will say yes, tell the community to like pray for me, like send prayers to my
Mm-hmm.
way, right? So it'd be like this week, if you get an opportunity, pray for blah 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 and blah blah blah, and like they really 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 like that, but it takes so much planning and so much time that I couldn't keep up with it. So this will
Mm-hmm.
help if I can, and I can just imagine like how many people might actually start coming like, hey, have you been a part of, the Bliss tribes, blah, blah, blah. I get these awesome emails that, so yeah, I mean, we'll have to see what happens, right?
And even too, like if you're utilizing Facebook as a Facebook group, there's so much automation that you can do within the Facebook groups itself. So I've automated Moni's group pretty good. Like once a week, it welcomes the new members. Once a
Our
month,
group,
it
our group,
uh,
our group.
our group once a month at the beginning of the month. It's like it's a new month. What are your goals? That's automatic. At like the last week of the month, it'll say, all right, it's almost the end of the month. Like that's all. I don't program any of that. That's an automatic thing. It automatically does it. And I did go in and schedule some posts, but you can do a lot of automation within Facebook groups too. But Moni, thinking of like your Monday Moni motivation stuff, Moni, if you had 52 motivational quotes in the next hour or two, you could set up all of those in an email and auto send it and not have to think about it for the next year.
I would love that. I have hundreds of quotes. I have hundreds of thoughts and ideas of things. So yeah. And then that would be a part of my business. Like I could just scale. They'll think that I'm a genius, which, you know.
And two, with the with particularly like that kind of email, it's okay to have like the same format. Like, and then your customers would know when I get the purple email every week, it is my, motivation or whatever it might be. But so you don't even need to have like anything like extravagant to, like a different layout each week. It could be the same layout, the same, or even in Canva. And that's a whole nother beast that you can automate. Oh, I'll have to teach you another day, Moni, with that one to automate making graphics based on quotes and things.
Jackie's like, no, I'm coming too.
um, but you can link a spreadsheet to Canva, and like in your spreadsheet, if you had a quote on each line, you could sling it right into Canva into the design. I know there's so like I wish like there's just not enough time, and that's part of why I'm like, man, like we could be working on this stuff for years,
So
years.
I think that's where it's going to be really great to maybe with
One thing,
our
yeah, for the month
our
and
Rise
work on it over.
check-in, Rise tribe training, or tribe training, like we'll just all for the rest of the week, maybe we'll just touch on automation. Jackie, did you get to complete your Google form from the last training that we had? Or
The
like when
funnel,
people are, sorry, what?
the funnel.
Well, maybe not the whole funnel, but like the Google form portion of that funnel.
So that was at
Like
the
when,
end,
wait,
probably not.
can you show her, Lee, yours, how you're talking about that Google form, like when someone's interested?
I didn't, I must have missed that part that wasn't even aware of that. Like I did my video, the first video, and then the second video is supposed to be like us showing how
Yeah.
we reveal jewelry.
Yeah,
Okay,
here,
that I
I'll
have
show
to do
you mine.
but yeah. I was just trying to figure out how you automated your Facebook group to welcome new members. Was just
I
blown
did.
away by that.
Yes, and it automatically, like it's not a scheduled post. It automatically, I'll have to show it to you in a second, but I'll show you guys. Here's mine. I haven't done my beginning video. That video right there was just a place filler. I did change mine up a little bit. But down here at the bottom, can you guys still see my page?
I
don't
see
think-
you. I can't see your computer.
Okay, hold on. All right, screen share.
Maybe we can touch on this right here, and then we can maybe touch real quick on the Facebook thing if you want, Jackie.
Okay, so here's my landing page. That video right there, I've got to redo. I feel like that's like how Gina was talking about. It's the most important video but I did all the screenshots of me in there, and look, there's Salty. I cut me out so it wasn't me twice. So what I did and what we had talked about when we did the landing pages was maybe connecting to your Facebook group. I have a love-hate relationship with Facebook. some days I like it, some days I don't. So I was like, I'm not even dealing with Facebook. So I just changed mine to connect with me, and I'm not using a Google form because I'm going to start using this Flow Desk. But
So
this is where it would be.
it'll connect them to the flow desk. Is that what it'll do?
Yes. So like when they click on it, that goes to, this is my Flow Desk page.
Got it.
So it'll start getting them in my email system. So they put it in, and then I'm going to have it set up so where my Flow Desk and my project broadcast, which is text messages, they connect, because I'm going to zap them together. But that's a whole nother like 10 level skills up to connect it all together. But so that's how I have it. But this right here would be, if you did not have Flowdesk or an email system, you would have a Google form right here. So because Google's free.
Just random question.
Mhm.
The project broadcast, is that only a text message automation? What is that?
That one is text messaging.
It's all text messaging. Okay, just wanted to ask
Mhm.
that. Jackie, would you like us to go into the
Go to
Facebook
Facebook.
real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let me get into.
I definitely
let's
gonna
see.
add that Google form to the end because I don't have, well, I do have like a future hostess group, but it's a face group and it stinks.
Well,
so I like
and-
the Google form.
Well, and what we had thought about too was you could send them to like eventually to your futures group if you use it. But if they filled out the form, then you've got their info. And then like in the
Mhm.
response, like once they click submit the form, you know how they always get like that reply, or your form went through, then on that page, it could have the link to your Facebook page. Okay. But let me go in here. Let me find Moni's group. Bliss. Nope, that's not it. Groups. Why can I not find nothing?
Because it says Gem Squad and Team Bliss, maybe. It's right
Okay,
there.
hold on a second.
No, look, you have it right there.
Okay. So it's in, and let's see if I can even find it. But I mean, I was like playing around one day and I was like, oh, this is cool. All right. It's not this section. Let me go back.
Mm,
Hold on. Nope, not the chats. I'm not the chats. How do I get out of that?
oh, click manage, I think. Yeah.
There we go. Okay, then it must be in, is it group settings? Because I found it by accident and I was like, oh, I love this.
I'll help.
Do you know where it is, Moni?
I'll help. Okay. Location.
Oh man.
I want to say it's
Is it engage? It's not engagement, is it? Nope.
hold on.
Membership. Oh man. Okay. It was two different sections that I found it in, and I was like, this is amazing. Because I set it all up.
Okay. It says, hold on. How do I automate posts to a Facebook group? Okay.
Not that one.
It says write something to start creating. Tap discussion at the top of the group. Tap schedule. Select
No,
the
it was
date
not
and time.
schedule.
There, schedule posts.
It's not. It's not
No.
in. Okay. Oh, admin assist. Admin assist. Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you get there, but I clicked on schedule and admin assist. That is what we want. Admin assist. Okay. So admin assist can help you publish daily, weekly posts. Okay. So hit continue. So like it's got different prompts, different things. It's got stuff that it shows you can do. So like I have publish a welcome note. So welcome to our new members. It posts every Monday at 2 p.m. And then I made some custom ones. So it's a new month. What are your goals? How can Moni and I serve you? And then it talks about how, let me hit the edit. So it even has our goal tracker sheets. So I even have that link posted. So every month they're going to see that post. They can click on that link and then they can print out their tracker for the month. So that I have in there. And then it posts once a month on the 1st at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
And then on the 20th day of the month, it's, almost month end. What are your accomplishments this month? What can we help you? And all of that. So I have that up.
Maybe we should add the tracker to that and that one too.
The end one too.
Yeah.
Okay.
In case they didn't get.
That's amazing.
Yes. And it just automatically, it's like, it does it. And like, yeah, it makes it so nice. All right. Save criteria.
Yeah, because I don't
it.
know about you, Jackie, but like, because you have people on your team too, right, Jackie?
Listen, I don't even have a Facebook group for my team. I just do a chat.
Okay, so like, well, see, I mean, and like Leah is saying, we have a love-hate relationship with our Facebook group because, even though we have it and even though we have all the tools in there and all the resources in there, sometimes not everybody utilizes resources the same, right? And so, I feel like this automation portion though of enabling it in all areas of wherever we can, it helps us as leaders and it helps us in our business scale. I mean, that's kind of how I'm feeling. What do your thoughts, Lee?
No, I absolutely agree with that.
Yeah, because this is the stuff we don't like to do. This is like mundane, I need to hire a secretary work, and we're not there yet. Squad goals. Moni and I are both going to have personal assistants one day. We're going to do it all for us, and Jackie too. But this is it's the little things get dropped. It's just the way it is. And if you could just add it in, I mean, it took me, like I said, I found these like not scheduled posts, these automatic posts. Like I knew about the new members one, but I had no idea you could do a custom post that's reoccurring. And that blew my mind because I was like, that's easy peasy done. I was like, the team will think that I'm like this awesome at shooting messages across. And I'm like, and I pre-scheduled, like when BP sends out that email at the beginning of the month with everything happening at that month, I go through and I schedule all those posts right then. And so then I don't even have to think about any of the posts. And Moni doesn't have to think about the posts and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's just
So
automatically slinging it out. Yeah.
I'm gonna do this for my Sparkle and Inspire group because this is what I've been missing because I've been so busy that my Sparkle doesn't get shared and people join that group for that Sparkle, right? And it's not happening.
And you could even have because you, I don't know if in that group too, you ask for prayer requests, but maybe you have it set, every couple of days, it's like, all right, everyone in this post, list all your prayer requests for the upcoming week. And then you don't even have to make that post. Just have everybody put their prayer requests right there. And then you've got it all organized and you didn't even have to do an additional thing to gather that info.
Yep. Amen. Thank you. Yeah.
All right, Moni, what are you working on for next time?